Welcome to Crypto Flywheel, a podcast where we spin up strategies to turn your digital efforts into unstoppable momentum. Now, let's get that flywheel turning. Mr. Rex, are you ready for the next three ISO 222 coin?
Absolutely. I'm glad that we're putting these three together because they're less mainstream than the other, but they're absolutely essential. So I would love to get into this and just let that flywheel start spinning.
Okay, let's get started. The first of the three coins that we're discussing is Cardano, also known as ADA. And so I wanted to go over who created it, who was the co-founders behind it. Cardano was actually founded by Charles Hoskinson. He was actually also a co-founder of Ethereum, along with Jeremy Wood. So the development began through input-output Hong Kong. So they refer to it as IHOK, so IOHK, in 2015 as a research-driven blockchain project emphasizing scientific rigor, peer-reviewed papers, and sustainability. When Cardano actually started, the project was officially launched on September 29th, 2017. It has a total supply 45 billion totens. I mean, not tokens, coins, because it's its own chain, right? So it's referred to as its coin. The circulating supply is approximately a little over 36 billion. So we have about 9 billion that's pretty much locked up. Max supply is capped at 45 billion. So they can never mint additional ones. That's the total supply. Utility. The purpose of ADA, or Cardano, also known as ADA, it's used for transaction fees. It's used for staking to secure the network and earn rewards. It also is used for governance voting through Project Catalyst. And it also participates in DeFi applications. When I say DeFi applications, I mean lending, borrowing, and NFTs. So it's basically DApps, decentralized applications, right? So, Professor X, you'll add to that?
Yeah, I mean, Cardano was a project that was chosen to be a part of this ecosystem for the new financial system because of the problems ADA is positioned to solve, right? It has predictable smart contract behavior. Hoskinson knew about smart contracts right when Ethereum was also launched. Hoskinson had the concept, understood the concept, but he took a little bit of time to bring it to this particular protocol. But the fundamentals still are involved in ADA. Predictable smart contract behavior. So that he essentially positioned it for these three things. Predictable smart contract behavior is one of them. And then what does that mean? Many financial institutions care less about the maximum flexibility, and they really care about auditability, bounded risk, and repeatable execution, and then determinism. So in the finance world, everything has to do with deterministic finality. So the second thing that ADA provides is formal assurance and high integrity protocol development. And then essentially what that is Cardano's Ouroboros proof of stake lineage is explicitly research driven, targeting rigorous security guarantees, as Digital X just mentioned, the rigors of security, right? So, and then finally, scalable transaction processing without collapsing trust assumptions. So they use Hydra for that, and Hydra is positioned as a mechanism to scale throughput while maintaining security assurances. So ADA provides utility, adoption, liquidity, scaling, unlock usage, and governance and longevity. That's all I have to add to that.
Also, I wanted to add to Charles Hoskinson being one of the founders for Ethereum. One of the reasons why he moved on and created his own chain is because he didn't have faith in Ethereum being able to scale, meaning it was hard. So he decided to create Cardano in order for scalability, transaction cost fees, smart contracts, everything was a little bit cheaper and it was faster.
Absolutely agree with that. Did you finish? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
Yeah. I just wanted to add that,
No, it's actually a great point, because not to go into Ethereum, but that the ISO, or the new financial system, requires they try to solve the trilemma, decentralization, scalability, and security. And for the most part, every project doesn't do everything, and every protocol in this ecosystem doesn't do everything, but together, all 8 of these 7 coins in one token, all of them provide a very robust, full solution for the new financial system infrastructure. So that I also wanted to add that, Digital X.
I'm glad you brought up trilemma, because the next coin that we're going to talk about is actually trying to solve that trilemma issue, where it's a security, scalability, and decentralization problems.
Great segue.
Yeah, definitely. So let's talk about Algorand, also referred to as ALGO. So Algorand was created by Silvio Micali. He's an award-winning cryptographer and an MIT professor. So he created this to solve blockchain trilemma of security, scalability, and decentralization. It was founded in 2017 by the Algorand Foundation. So when it started, the mainnet launched on June 19th, 2019. When I say when mainnet launched, when it launches, it's available for the public to purchase. That's what I mean by that. So let's go over the tokenomics. The total supply of Algorand is capped at 10 billion coins. So it's its own chain. It's referred to as coin. So the circulating supply, as of now, it's a little bit over 8,800,000. So, and the max fixed supply, like I said before, it's capped at 10 billion. So what does Algorand do? So Algorand serves as a gas for transactions. It enables DeFi, participates in DeFi, decentralized finance. So it has staking for network security and rewards. It has governance voting. It provides NFTs. You can create NFTs on this chain. And it also does real-world asset tokenization. Algorand focuses on institutional-grade blockchain for real-world finance. It also emphasizes on the speed of transactions. So it does over 1,000 transactions per second. This is also another added feature to this Algorand is the security. So it has quantum resistant potentials. So let's say you got quantum computers coming in the near future, and they're trying to hack into your wallets or your seed words or whatever it may be. It has that security, and it also has sustainability. So it's going to be here for a while. Do you want to add something to that, Professor?
Yes, I also, it's great that you just mentioned about the quantum computing part, because ironically, I read an article today, and it had to do with the quantum computing and ecosystem for that. This ecosystem is probably the highest and most secure ecosystem for the financial sector, because with quantum computing coming along and high sophisticated quantum computing computers, they're going to be able to hack into these systems. And so these 8 protocols were built with the most sophisticated security measures. So when you said that just rang a bell. And I also wanted to add, there are so many developments. Algorand, ADA, and the next coin that we're going to talk about, they're really under the radar. They're not really talked about at all, even with the DeFi degens, they call them. So it's talked about, yet it's really flying under the radar. But they're building, institutional staking expansion, and then tokenized. So they're also partnered with the U.S. Treasury with Algorand, right? So Algorand is tokenized. The U.S. Treasury the tokenized U.S. Treasury is on Algorand. And a Nubank integration. That's Nubank is Brazil's biggest fintech giant. And then its market activity all around, it's really gaining adoption, right? Algorand is extremely, and I also wanted to talk about the pure proof of stake. Do you want to get into that a little bit, Digital?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, okay, so pure proof of stake is a consensus model. Most closely, it's associated with Algorand. That's what's distinct. Its distinction is that over Ethereum, right? So it is designed to deliver faster finality. Remember, we keep talking about deterministic finality, right? And so this is designed specifically for fast finality, strong security, and decentralization without relying on energy-intensive mining or small validator committees, so that's good enough for the proof of stake, pure proof of stake. I mean, I if really wanted to add, if anybody has any questions on that, just to ask in our comments.
Sounds good. Both of those projects are actually really good projects. Not a lot of individuals talk a lot about them, but you might want to take a look into it. I mean, these coins are very inexpensive as of now. ADA is probably 50 something cents, and Algorand is hovering over 13 cents or so. So I mean, it's a real good price point. But then again, this is not financial advice, so we're not asking you to buy or sell.
Exactly. But both of these coins, all three of these coins have had higher all-time highs. Just FYI, if you even, not financial advice again, but if you're considering getting in, it's actually looking into invest into these. It's actually a really good price point right now. I mean, there's a lot of value left in it just to get back to all-time highs.
Yeah, and also it's a good long-term hold as well. It's just not like you're trying to pump it and dump it, type of deal. So it's actually good utilization behind these projects. So having said that, I wanted to move on to the third coin that we wanted to discuss, which is IOTA. IOTA is IOTA. IOTA was founded by IOTA Foundation. Actually, 4 individuals founded this project. I would love to say their names, but I can't say their last names. It's kind of hard to pronounce. So I'll go by David, Sergey, Dominic, and Sergey. The last names, I can't pronounce it. I don't want to butcher it either. So it originated as a project to enable feeless microtransactions and data and integrity for the Internet of Things. So IoT stands for Internet of Things. So they just added an A to the end of it to call it IOTA. Using directed acyclic graph, also referred to as DAG. Remember, I had a problem saying that word yesterday? So I practiced it. Yeah. So I practiced it. And so it's called a Tangle instead of a traditional blockchain. So remember H-bar we discussed, it's considered like a cyclic graph, as well as now today, IOTA. IOTA is a cyclic graph. So then there's another coin that's acyclic. It's a DAG as well, but we're not discussing that today. I guess in the next few episodes or sometime down the line, we will be able to get to that. So when IOTA started, development began in 2015. The network went live in 2016. For full mainnet operation, stabilized around 2017. So 2016 to 17, it went live. And so let's get into the tokenomics of it. The total supply of IOTA is 4 billion, a little over 4,700,000. Circulating supply as of now, it's 4,200,000. So the max supply, this is where I have some sort of hesitation in actually telling you guys what the max supply is, because it's not strictly capped. So there's an opportunity where they may be able to mint more of these coins.
But Digital X, isn't that based off of of what it's meant for, the Internet of Things? Isn't that inherently necessary?
Yeah, it is necessary, but it's still low cap, right? It has a low what do you call that? Low supply, right?
Total supply.
Yeah, low total supply. So like if you look at Algorand, it has a total supply of 10 billion. So if you're looking at IOTA, total supply is at 4 billion, right? So it has a ways to go to even catch up to Algorand. So yeah, it's still a great coin, and it uses delegated proof of stake with fee burning and storage deposits. Staking ratio is about 50.73%. So half of it's actually being staked right now, right?
Yeah.
People earning rewards on the network. So IOTA enables, what does IOTA do? What does it provide? IOTA enables feeless scalable transactions, actually over 50,000 transactions per second. That's unbelievable, right?
Yeah.
So many transactions per second. I guess they need this for, when I say Internet of Things, you're talking about like drone services, like Uber services. You're talking like real data being transferred at that moment. So it would have to have a lot of transactions per second, right?
Yeah. Just imagine all the time, everything that you got, like even us, how much do we search, right? Imagine all of that is required when in the finance world, whatever transactions that happens and the Internet of Things, everything has to do with payments, right? So, so naturally, this is going to be very high. It's good. At 50,000, I think is kind of low for that, but still, it's one of the highest transactions. That's almost credit card level, right? Transactions per second.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's a transaction serve. I'm sure it's not probably capped at 50,000. I'm sure they can increase. I guess once the price of each coin goes up, it enables the transactions speed to be higher as well.
Yeah.
So getting back to it, IOTA also it's a decentralized identity. So IOTA identity is what it's called. It enables asset tokenization, notarization, smart contracts via Move language. The ecosystem's projects include DeFi. This is what it has: DeFi, trade finance, and digital passports. The role in digital asset space, IOTA serves as an infrastructure for machine economy, focusing on Internet of Things, supply chains, and real-world assets rather than general purpose DeFi. So this is totally different. This is actually one of those projects that is being built for the future. I mean, future meaning everything digital, everything automated, everything robotics, So this, and keep in mind, this is another project that has quantum resistant features.
Yep.
So you want to add more to this? Go ahead.
Yeah. So Digital X, I just wanted to take a crack at the founding team again. You mentioned his name was David, but I think his name is David Sanstibo, Sergey Ivancheglo, Dominic Shiner, and Dr. Sergey Popov. So of those four, what was it?
Four, yeah.
Yeah, of those four, right now there's only two guys left because founders Sergey Ivancheglo and David Sanstibo have departed the foundation in 2019 and 2020.
Yeah, the other two have left to create their own chain, right?
Yes,
or token.
Yes, I believe so. This is leaving forward-facing for IOTA is Dominic Shiner, and he's the lead public figure. So that also being said, IOTA is not easily attainable. You can't really I think there's only like one or two exchanges that you can access this through. So getting it, you might have to go through for our listeners at least, through not so familiar exchanges, right? So I'm not going to say the names of the exchanges because I'm sure that if anybody is interested, they'll comment and engage with us.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that. Yeah, IOTA is one of those coins that's very hard to obtain. I myself tried to obtain that, and it was very difficult. But if you're really interested, you may want to research on this project. I actually really like this IOTA project.
I do too. And it's funny that you say that, Digital X. I too do not, as much as I've tried to acquire it, I know that there's ways to do it. I just haven't been able to secure any IOTA either. It's just about ease of access. This is why we didn't get into Bitcoin earlier than 2020 or 2017, whatever it was, right? So, I mean, it was not easy to access. So they're still evolving. So it's pretty cheap right now. Not financial advice, but if you can get your hands on some IOTA, this is really good because they also are in partnerships with a lot of the biggest organizations because it addresses the internet, Web3 evolving, all of this stuff, the Internet of Things, everything is connected to the internet. So the African Trade Digitization has partnered with them. Global Legal Entity Identifier Foundation, which Digital X talked about, so they partnered with them. And then stablecoin integration. IOTA has integrated with VUSD stablecoin to bring stable collateralized digital assets into the ecosystem and drive real transactions, right? So there's a lot of stuff that IOTA is doing that is going to drive price action, but how high we can't speculate, and it's not going to be a speculative token because it's going to be absolutely needed in the settlement layer.
Yeah. Having said that, we're going to conclude our episode for today. You want to flywheel out of here?
Yes, Digital X, I will. Obviously, I guess you don't have anything more to add. If you have any, to our listeners, engage with us, comment, or ask questions on these three. We can find information as much that's important to anyone that is looking into it. So ask those questions, make those comments, add to the comment sections about each of these tokens that you know more than what we've explained here. And let's keep this flywheel in motion. And with that, this particular episode, we are signing off.
Thank you.